welcome. As promised, we are doing a skincare video. So it is the morning. I'm going to show you my daytime skincare first, and then we'll hop into the night when it's nighttime, obviously. Anyways, so to start off, I have dry skin in the winter and then normal in the summer, so like dry normal skin. So if you're gonna take any tips from this, keep that in mind. So to start off, what I do when I wake up in the morning, I did the eyelash trick, which I will show you at some point in this video, maybe. So what I like to do is, if I didn't do this trick, I would literally just go in and just put water on my face like that. But since I did the trick, I'm just gonna take a cloth, make it like damp, and I'm just gonna dab water all over my face to like remove just like whatever's there, I guess. I don't go in with like a cleanser or anything like that in the morning. It's just what I like to do personally for myself. I just find I don't need it. So also, I did go to the gym this morning, so I have sunscreen on my face right now. So let's go remove that and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have my damp cloth and we're just gonna dab all over my face. Okay, with my skin still damp, I'm going in with my toner. I'm gonna just have everything that I'm using listed down below because I can't remember the names of certain products. Dab that in. And yeah, I go in with damp skin. Also, my toner is a hydrating toner, so you don't want to be using any chemical ones in the daytime. Don't do that to yourself. Okay, next I'm gonna go in with my vitamin C serum. Make sure your skin is completely dry. So I put the toner on and I just let it sit for a bit until my skin like feels dry. I just like to go 1, 2, 3, and then rub that in. Also, with vitamin C, you want to make sure that you store it in like a place not in direct sunlight. So I put it like in a dark, cool area. You don't want it like on your vanity where the sun will like attract it. Also, you want to make sure it's in like a dark bottle like this, not one of the clear ones. Okay, next we're gonna do after you put the vitamin C on is I'm gonna let that sink in for a second, and then I'm gonna go in with this face mist. And the reason for that is because obviously your skin is like dry, it's not damp anymore. And the next thing I'm gonna go in with is my moisturizer, and has like hyaluronic acid in it, and it applies best when your skin is a little bit damp and moist. So this just brings some moisture back into the skin. You can also use water. Like once this finishes, I'm gonna throw water into this. I don't really know honestly what's in this. My mom brought this back from like a vacation or something, so whatever. I'm gonna throw that on my face and then moisturize. I actually really love this moisturizer. I got it on like a whim because I was out of moisturizer and I just ran to the store and just bought this because I needed something, and I love it. Like, I only have like one other product from CeraVe, which is like a retinol, and I was like, I don't know, it's like kind of whatever, but now I get the hype after this. Like, I love this. Anyways, we're just gonna do a little spritz. It's like in a minute, and I probably take like that much moisturizer, roll it into the skin. Obviously, the last step of skincare is sunscreen. So I got this new one. It was all viral over TikTok. I originally wanted the same brand as my toner, which now I remember it's Round. No, I'm gonna look. I actually don't remember. I lied. Round Lab. This toner, like this brand, makes the sunscreen, and I heard that one's like the best one, but they didn't have it at the store I went to, so I got this one, which I actually really still love it. Yeah, so just gonna do 2 lines. I know some are gonna say this is not enough sunscreen. I feel like it is. Okay, last but not least, I take my 30 SPF from Vichy. It's like a lip balm one, and I throw that on my eyelids and my lips, of course. Here's the final skin. Like, look at the glow. It is nighttime now, so we're finally starting the rest of my skincare. So what I do is I skin cycle. So I do an exfoliation, retinol, hydration. So we're on night 1, so with exfoliation. So let me show you how I start. Okay, so I start off with a double cleanse. I first use this oil cleanser. I've never used an oil cleanser before ever, so I Have nothing to compare this to if it's good or bad. I like it so far, no issues with it, so like I would say this is a good one. Like I haven't had any breakouts. And then this is the cleanser that I use right after. I love this stuff. This is the only cleanser I've ever repurchased. Usually I'll use a cleanser, I'm like, it's good, but let me try another one, let me try another. But this I repurchased because if you have dry skin like myself, I have a lot of cleansers that once I wash my face, it just feels so tight and dry. This will not do that to you. And she's beautiful, she's lovely. If you have dry skin, get this. It's inexpensive, but should you get it? Yes. I also got this as a gift. Like I asked for it. So like, did I repurchase? Like technically no, but like I would have if I didn't get it. I cannot show you this process because I say this every time. The bathroom is too loud in there, and there's also nowhere to set the camera. I realized as well. So like, you'd be sitting on a wall. So you can imagine what I do is I take one pump. Actually, I can show you this part. Take one pump of the oil and just rub that all over my face. And then what I do after this, I go to the bathroom. I put some water on it just because, and then I would take a little pea size of the cleanser, throw it on, wash my face, good to go. So I'll see you in like a second. Okay, just washed my face, and you want to pat it dry, not like rub, like a nice little pat down. So like the exfoliator that I currently use, you can't even see it. It's like so used. It's also on the same line as like the cleanser. It's also a tester like size. Like you get a full bottle if you were to get the like big size, just so you know. But you want to apply this to dry skin. So I'm gonna wait for my skin to fully dry. Do I like this one? Yes, I think it's gentle as long as you don't use a lot, obviously, because it's an exfoliating product, chemical exfoliant, so like if you use a lot it might burn, and I've done that before and it's not fun. But I also have another tester like exfoliant from Use the People that I'll be using after this because they were both free, so like, you know what I mean, like I'm gonna finish those before I decide to like buy one with my own money. But do I think this is good? Yeah. Would I repurchase it? Maybe. Je ne sais pas. But yeah, I think my skin feels actually pretty dry after all that talking. So a lot of people take a cotton pad. I personally don't want to waste my cotton pads, so I just do like a few little drops, just a little bit, and I just like pat it into my skin like that. Okay, I let that sink into my skin for like a minute, and then same thing that I did in the morning with the vitamin C, I take a little spray because I'm gonna go with this hyaluronic essence, and it applies best to damp skin. So, and obviously I had to apply the exfoliator on dry skin. So, a little spritz. And also, as I said this morning, you can use water too. Like, it doesn't have to be like some fancy spray. And then this product, it's so amazing. I love how like hydrated it makes my skin feel, and so glowy, and like a little bit goes a long way. Like I always end up overusing. Like I seriously just need to use like one drop, but I'm always like, it doesn't look like enough, so I apply more, and then I have so much on my skin. Okay, and then the moisturizer that I used this morning, I don't use a different like night and daytime moisturizer. Same like little pea size. Also, when you use like chemical exfoliants or like a retinol, which I'll be using tomorrow, do not apply any like petroleum jellies like Aquaphor and Vaseline and stuff like that, because it can like, if for example you like put too much, I'm not the best at this, it's better to like find someone who is like a skincare, like, you know, they know what they're talking about. I just like get my information like from what I see. But basically from what I heard, if your skin gets too irritated, you know, it can like still breathe, but if you put petroleum jelly or Aquaphor something like that on, your skin can't breathe, so it just gets trapped in there and ends up irritating it like even worse, basically. And you don't want to ruin your like skin barrier, because then you kind of start from zero. So basically, don't slug, don't do any slugging things when you do an exfoliator or a retinol. This is my nighttime. I always need to flip it around. Like, obviously my skin looks like good here, but you just don't get the full effect when it's nighttime and my lighting in my room already sucks. So let's do a little flash moment. I also forgot to mention this, if my skin is ever like really dry or flaky, this is bomb. It is the Youth to the People like hydrating glow mask. So like right here is a little bit dry for me today, but this stuff is amazing. Is it worth the price? I got this in a free Sephora tester, so it was free. I wanted to repurchase it and the price is $88, or maybe it's even 100. This always is a tester size, so like you get a little bit more, but I'm like, I wouldn't even pay 50 for this. Like it's amazing. I wake up the next day, no dry flakes, fixes all my problems, but I would not pay that much. But if you could afford it, I would do it because it's so amazing. I will try to get this again in a tester when I order on Sephora because it's like really good, but I will not pay for it. But I do like how it's glass, so we love. But anyways, that's it. That's all I want to say. Hello, welcome to the next day of my skincare. So, I'm sorry I'm whispering. It's just nighttime and I always feel like all my roommates are listening to me when I speak. But the first thing I do is the same thing as yesterday, my oil-based cleanser and then my like regular cleanser. So I'm going to start off with that and then I will come back and walk through the next steps, but it's exact same like 2 products that I've already shown you. Okay, now that my face is completely dry, I just use this CeraVe retinol. I also have like a prescribed one that I'm going to use once I'm done this one, but I just didn't want to waste it. But I would say this is a really great like beginner one. I recommend this. I'm out of breath. I recommended this to my roommate and she loves it, so like it is really great. Anyways, I just do on completely like make sure your skin is dry. I do a pump. Make sure I get that everywhere. And then I take 1 extra pump for my neck. After I let that like sink into my face for a bit, same thing, like the exact same thing as yesterday. Take a little spray and then right after that spray, go right in with my hyaluronic essence. And last but not least, go in with the CeraVe Moisturizing Lotion. And then here is today's skin. Hello, we are in the last day of my nighttime skincare routine. And I do this day twice because as I said, it is exfoliation, retinol, hydration. And I only do the hydration twice when it's the winter because it's like drier months, so my skin is drier, versus in the summer my skin's more normal, so I only do it once. So instead of a 4-step, it's a 3-step. So anyways, let's get started. Obviously, like the other 2, my double cleanse, so I'm gonna go do that. Okay, so like the retinol and exfoliation night, I do the same thing. I do the double cleanse, the oil cleanser, and then the regular cleanser. My face is washed. I'm gonna lightly pat it dry. Sorry, not dry, leave it damp. Go in right away with the hyaluronic essence because, as I said before, this goes on damp skin because it absorbs best into the skin when it's damp. That was like me trying to reach the word count. That was just repeating itself. Anyways, you get the point. I also like to like kind of like what's it called, like gua sha with my hands. Just for fun. I don't think this does anything, but I just enjoy it. Okay, and then this night routine is definitely the fastest. I'm just putting on some Aquaphor on my lips. Look at my big tub. This is what I'm going to use to moisturize my face. I'm basically just going to do some slugging. So under the eyes, tap it into my skin, and making sure I get it everywhere. Skincare done. I want to show you the eyelash trick that I always talk about, but I've never shown. I've only like described it. So I'm probably going to show you. Grab your eyelash curler, okay? Sorry, I need to go to a mirror for a second. Curl your eyelash. Take a little bit of Aquaphor in your hand. Okay, you can't see it, but it's just a little dab. And you want to put it straight on to your lashes. Make sure all of them, you do a little like pump, hold it for like a few seconds. voila. Basically, the reason I do this at night, you can do this in the morning. I just find if I do this in the morning, the curl doesn't hold as well because, okay, let me, it's hard to explain. When I go to bed, I leave my lashes like this, right? I don't do anything else. And I wake up in the morning, I take a cloth and I towel wet my face, but don't touch the eyes. And then I'll recurl them so they'll curl a little higher, and then they'll stay like that the whole day. And when I put on mascara, it holds really well. Versus when I do it in the morning, I just feel like it hasn't like absorbed into the lash as well, so it doesn't hold the curl as well. Like it still is better than nothing, but it just doesn't give this. Anyways. Okay, my lighting sucks, so I had to turn the flash on. I don't even know, I can't even see myself, but this is the final night skin.